What's going on today, guys? Primal Sabbath here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the X-Transbots G2 Dragstrip, or Overheat, or whatever you want to call it. This was the TFCon Canada exclusive, which kind of caught me by surprise. I know a few others. We were all kind of expecting Dead End to be the next exclusive, and it's funny because Dead End is actually the next one in line, like as far as the number goes, which is pretty strange. You see Overheat as B4. The last one we got was... Oh, let me see. I think I have the box down here. Yes, I do. The last one we got was Flip Out, which was B2. So we can all probably safely assume that that Dead End is going to be at the show in Reston, which is all well and good. But yeah, this is a cool one. Dragstrip has always been a pretty cool looking bot, cool looking figure, and I love the G2 deco, the black with the gold, and even some of the blues and reds. Really, really neat. He comes with an instruction manual, and you can see he's got the gun there, and he comes with a couple of faces. I'm not gonna, well, yeah, let's go ahead and show him off. I wasn't gonna, but why not? He did not come with a little screwdriver, but I guess if you've already got two of them, you've already got two little screwdrivers. So, like, as far as like replacing the head goes, and of course another just kind of foam little case thing, and then this fell out. So you get a different face here compared to his natural. I think the robot mode one is kind of like either more stoic or smirking. I don't know. And what's really cool is you get a face that is more like his card art. The card art on the original G2 Dragstrip had a white robot face, minus a visor. So if you want to get that card art look, you can, and I think that's really, really cool that that they did that. So me personally, like, I'm gonna kind of stick to the toy look. Let's see if I can even get this back in here without crushing it, I guess. But yeah, me personally, I'm gonna stick to the toy look. That's the look that I prefer. But it is neat if you want to do the whole card art thing. So let's get all this junk out of the way, and then we will focus on the figure. Alright, so here's Dragstrip in his car mode. I've transformed it to robot mode once and kind of back, so it's not, everything's not all lined up super well. Like, some of these wheels are moving, some of them aren't. Again, it was just kind of like a hasty thing, I guess. I'm sure that, just kind of push it together, but be gentle, because there are some small parts on this, and it should be fine. Okay, there we go. I got them all rolling now. I guess that's all I had to do. Let's just kind of give it a squeeze. But yeah, so it's really cool. We saw a lot of pictures of the gun kind of plugging in up here and shooting the little guy in the back of the head. But what's really awesome, and I wish the other two had this, is that the weapon storage is underneath, and you can just kind of come down here and grab it and get it on out. And then from there you can, well, you still got to kind of leave it collapsed. It'll kind of plug in right there. But, again, the issue is there with the little guy being in the way. Personally, I'm going to put the little fella back in the box. I just don't... I don't care for it. He doesn't really integrate in with the rest of the transformation or anything. And look, Lieutenant Dan, he got no legs. So yeah, like, I like it as, I like that they included this like as an option, but it's just not necessary for me. And like, I don't even think the original toy had a little pilot in it. I don't know. I'm not a big G1 toy guy. If it did, that's cool. That would mean that the G2 version had a similarly painted driver. If it didn't, it's cool that they gave him a little uniform to match the car. And with all of the X-Transbot stuff, it's got the rubber tires, which I really, really like. That's something that I do miss from the kind of more traditional G1 masterpieces. Love the rubber tires. So set the gun off to the side. But yeah, very, very sweet deco. Again, like Wild Rider, a lot closer to the deco of the original toy, which I really, really do like as well. From the windshield to the checker flag on the checkered deco, I should say, kind of back here. More of the, I guess, proper checker flag on the sides. really nice, and it's something that I wish that they would have kind of gotten right with Breakdown. Like again, Wild Rider. He's got this deco up here. He's just ready for a G2 symbol. Since I've already got Wild Rider here, or Wild Rider, got him there. There's Breakdown. Would have been cool to have the kind of splash up there at the top. Really, like, I would like it if they would give this guy another shot. I know some people may not, and they probably wouldn't sell any because I think these are still readily available. But to kind of closer match it to the G2 toy, I think would be awesome. But it is what it is, unfortunately. But I know, like, I don't think I did car mode comparisons for Wild Rider, and a lot of it has to do with, like, I've completely forgot how to transform these guys, so I was spending the better part of the day when he came in to remember how to transform those. So hopefully I can get it right going back into robot mode. But so far they're looking pretty good together. Just can't wait for Dead End or the Motor Master. And I still don't have any actual Takara Tomy Masterpiece cars to kind of compare it with. I do have Hot Rod, but he's just in a spot that's a pain to get to. And every time, like, I look at a G2 Sideswipe to pick up, because, like, that was probably my favorite Autobot from that era. I just, like, something else comes up and I just don't pull the trigger. But yeah, very impressive. It's got some weight to it, and the others do too, which is really nice. I really do like this a whole lot. So they did a really good job on this, just with the details and everything else. This has been, like, this has impressed me for $80, and that's always awesome. So let's go ahead and get this guy and the others into their robot modes, and we will continue on from there. Alright, so here we have the coolest of the Sunicons in his robot mode. I don't know what it is, man. I think it's just because I really like Formula 1 cars, but it's like, Mirage is one of my favorite Autobots, and Dragstrip is probably one of the coolest looking Decepticons. I wouldn't say he's a favorite because I know nothing about the character, but especially in this G2 deco, and the black, the gold, like, it all just... it all really looks good together. These are just colors that complement each other a lot. It was a fun figure to transform the first time. Like the other two, I feel didn't, really, like, lock together, hold tight, enough, like, compared to Dragstrip here. Just to kind of compare, like, and I may have transformed these legs wrong, but, like, these don't really lock in. Again, I could have done something wrong here. I maybe did do something wrong, but this is how I'm pretty sure these leg assemblies are supposed to work. I mean, they're fine, and he's got a bit of a loose crunch, but he just, I don't know, like, everything down here in these legs, like, there's just so many tabs and clicks, and everything holds together. I really do like that, but that is something I did want to point out. Something that was scary the first time, though, was this. I was just going to kind of leave them like that, because I do think that looks cool, opposed to this. I get that this is probably more accurate, and there's no way they could have pulled this off without rubber tires, because, I feel like it kind of flexes on that rubber a little bit, which is fine. It really works out. I know I didn't show the transformation off. If you want to go see a transformation, I'm sure there are a ton of other reviews out there that have the transformation. If not for this one and the other one, they're both the same. This one and the G1 version are. But, like, everything, like, getting this whole arm assembly, like, it all kind of swinging around, like, it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. I really did enjoy this, and I know I said it with, like, Wild Rider. There were a few aspects of his transformation that I enjoyed, although I thought he was a lot more simpler. That didn't work out. Thought he was a lot more simple. Compared to, say, whenever I did the Breakdown transformation. Like, Breakdown was definitely, like, I felt like I was transforming a Masterpiece toy. Wild Rider, and maybe, it's because Wild Rider doesn't demand the same kind of, I guess, things that Breakdown does, but, like, even parts of, like, Wild Rider's like, hardware choices, like having ball joints, like, masterpieces and ball joints, like, I'm sure there's some out there, I'm sure they're there, but it's just not as common, like it's mostly just a series of crazy, hinge swivels and things of that sort. But come on, focus for me. But yeah, so like these two definitely feel a lot more different than this guy, but like, not to say like they all look great together in one shot, even though I'm kind of like half-assing that shot. Let's back them up and bring this up. So they do. I mean, they look good. They look like a team. I'm sure the G1 crowd, having the G1 versions, really like theirs. I know I really like mine. And like there were some aspects like Wild Rider, I think, did better with the ratcheting knees here, where Breakdown is just a pressure, and like, you know, this one's still a little looser. Which I don't think I've tightened it up since the last time I said I was going to tighten it up. Just assume I'm not going to tighten it up. But like Dead End seems to really have the best of both worlds, because you do get that ratcheting there. A few problem areas are, for me, like this piece back here where the little, I think it's like the roll bar, like those just kind of hang off and hang down. Like you want to be careful with those. Like you want to make sure you don't, you know, squeeze them too tight, or, you know, or whatever, just because they are thin pieces of plastic. You don't want to ruin the car mode. Even though I'm a robot mode display guy, like chances are he's going to be an arm, you know, and I want that arm to look good. So, but very, very impressed with this figure. Again, I opt for the toy accurate face here. So there is that. I think all of them kind of come stock with that toy accurate face. Like, I'm guessing the other faces are the faces like that were used for the card art. And of course his rifle, which again you saw it was kind of collapsed. You can extend it. I wish the other ones did that too, but they don't. And his is the only one that makes sense with the little flip up deal because of vehicle mode. But you can put that in his hand like that, and he's ready to go. So that has pretty much been it for Dead End. I haven't noticed any real issues with it. I like, if I was collecting Masterpiece cars a little more heavily, because like I think after did I call this guy Dead End, this Dragstrip? Whatever, someone will probably correct me still. I think once I do get Dead End, and whenever they do reveal and release Motor Master, I'll be torn. I'll be torn as to like, do I display these guys, you know, like as the team, or do I combine them? Because I think I've combined the Combiner Wars version, but a lot of that has to do with space, and like I have like a dedicated shelf just for these guys, and I mean they look great, and it's like having, you know, it feels kind of close to like having the real thing. Like, I mean, I know it's not, and I'm sure I'll get shunned for that, and I would never compare these to the originals. But it's just a neat feeling. It's just a little, like, I don't know, it's like a little I don't want to say nostalgia, but it's crazy, you know. It's awesome that you know, we're getting Masterpiece G2 Stunticons. So yeah, I believe it is still in stock. I think it was Toy Dojo and ages 3 and up that were carrying this. And also, I do want to give a quick shout out, and I probably should have done it at the beginning of the video. Mike Kincaid from Blackout and Shout picked this up for me at the show. That guy went up the Friday of the Chicago or the Los Angeles show, so I was able to get him no problem. That one didn't go up, and I was like, okay, Mike, if you're going to be in line, please hook me up. And he did. So really cool for him. Go check out Blackout and Shout if you haven't heard of them. It's a fun group of dudes. They're all really awesome guys. So you know, again, thank you, Mike Kincaid. Thank you, Chris Bricks on the Dollar, for getting all this stuff to me. And thank you, Tyler G, for everything else you also did at TFCon. So it was really cool. I did want to get my thank yous in there whenever I did do this. So yeah, that's it for Dragstrip. 2 more to go, and I'm very excited for them. So until then, I'll talk to you guys later, and thanks for watching. See you later.